Today, I'm going to show you that you don't have to be super rich to enjoy one of London's most posh areas.
I've already done a West Kensington video, a Chelsea video, and a Hyde Park video. So naturally, I need to show you what's in the middle of all that. And there's a lot to show. From spectacular museums, to historic sites, to the world's most famous department store. South Kensington and Knightsbridge are attractive to locals and visitors. Hopefully you'll want to check out some of the hidden gems that will be a nice break from the typical London tourist spots.
We'll start here at Culhern Court, where an 18-year-old nursery school teacher's assistant used to live. Well, she got engaged and a day later she moved to Westminster. Have you figured out who we're talking about yet?
Of course we're talking about Princess Diana. This is where she lived when she met Prince Charles. The flat was a birthday present from her mother, and between this address and the palace, Diana will always be linked with Kensington.
In this little container is my connection to the next famous Kensington stop.
In 1922, the reward for a 7-year excavation project was Howard Carter's discovery of King Tutankhamun's tomb. The 5,000 artifacts found in the tomb are literally priceless, with an estimated value of at least 15 followed by 87 zeros. I was lucky enough to visit Tut's tomb in Egypt, where I scooped up this bit of dust from the floor. I didn't succumb to the curse, but I clearly also didn't remove anything of great value from the crypt. After seeing Tut's treasure as a child in the Smithsonian and going to the tomb in Egypt, I thought it was really cool seeing Howard Carter's house in Kensington.
Talking about mummies and tombs is a perfect segue to one of 3 excellent museums in this area.
The Museum of Natural History features 80 million items in 5 collections: botany, entomology, mineralogy, paleontology, and zoology. The blue whale skeleton in the Grand Hall is the signature exhibit, and the building itself is just stunning. The Science Museum is more geared towards kids, but there are some amazing exhibits that all ages would enjoy, like the exploration of space and the history of aviation. The third of the big 3 area museums is the Victoria and Albert Museum. Known as the V&A, this features the world's largest collection of applied arts, decorative arts, and design. The beautiful Italian Renaissance architecture is highly appropriate for a design museum. It's also a go-to place to see special exhibits like the recent Divas fashion and Elton John's photography collection.
London has some of the best museums in the world, and of the 3 that I showed you in Kensington today, you're sure to find something that you like or will inspire you. And the best thing is they're free of admission, so my taxes will pay for it. You're welcome. One thing I love doing in this area, which comes at no cost, is you just walk the streets. You might stumble across a blue plaque or a site that has a certain connection to you unexpectedly, like this place over here.
When I came across the Benny Hill plaque, it took me right back to when I was a kid. I watched Benny Hill all of the time, and although his humor was highly inappropriate for someone my age, I loved it.
One thing I love about this area is it's so quiet and relaxing, but you see some wild sights like this building behind me on Thurlow Square.
After 1 to 5 Thurlow Square was demolished to make way for the Metropolitan District Railway, a small triangle of land remained. In the late 1800s, a local builder decided to capitalize on this space and developed artist studios. Because of the incredible value of land in Kensington, flats in this building, which taper from 34 to a minuscule 6 feet, go for about £1 million today. So be sure to visit Kensington's Thin House when you're in the area. It's really cool.
All this walking around might make you a bit peckish, but the good news is Kensington and Knightsbridge have some of the best restaurants and cafes in all of London.
Kensington's cafe culture is strong. The people watching on a fine sunny day or evening is top notch here.
I wonder if this place has any Michelin stars.
Yup. This notable restaurant is Claude Bossy in the Michelin House. It's a visually stunning restaurant and oyster bar. It's in the former Michelin factory, and all the exterior tiling is original. I hesitated to include it in this video because you need to take a second mortgage or sell your firstborn to afford it, but it's just so cool looking, maybe you'll decide to splurge. If you take a walk up nearby Walton Street, you might find some more reasonable options. Walton Street was one of my serendipitous discoveries while walking around one evening with my wife. It's a great hidden street that has one of my favorite pubs. You could probably see why I like Jack's. You could watch sports, have a pint, or a creative cocktail. And I really enjoy the rock and roll art that decorates the place. The staff is really nice and there's outdoor seating. You should come in for a visit. Make your way down to Beauchamp Place for a Starstruck by London favorite. Ciro's Pizza is a cozy downstairs restaurant that's clearly very popular with celebrities. Wherever you look, you can't miss the reviews for the great food and the really friendly staff. Now, I don't have a lot of good to say about London pizza, but Ciro's is a shining exception. If you can manage to get a reservation, do not miss this place. One of the super affluent areas of London is Knightsbridge between Hyde Park and Brompton Road. It's full of quiet streets, private pocket gardens, and obvious wealth.
The neighborhoods of Hyde Park and Knightsbridge used to be separated by this wall, until in World War II, a bomb destroyed it. Well, that allowed the residents to finally not have to go all the way around Hyde Park to get to the shops in Knightsbridge, and they were delighted. So when the wall was rebuilt, the residents insisted that they put this door in so they could make it to Knightsbridge quickly, and this is now called the hole in the wall.
Now that we're in Knightsbridge, it's time to visit Harrods. In 1849, Charles Henry Harrod, who already owned several shops in London, purchased a property near Hyde Park, knowing that the 1851 exhibition was going to draw large crowds to the area. By 1881, his business was thriving as he grew the store by acquiring the adjoining buildings. He almost lost everything in a December 1883 fire, but he still managed to make all of the Christmas deliveries that year and saved his reputation in his business. We take escalators for granted, but in 1898, Harrods introduced the first moving staircase, as it was known back then. It provided shoppers a convenience that is now a department store requirement. Over time, Harrods has been known to cater to London's elite, including billionaires, celebrities, the royal family, and even on occasion regular people like you and me.
I expect to run into a minotaur in this labyrinth.
Wait till you see the food hall in here. Oh my God! Fresh meat, cheese, pastries, coffee, tea. This place has it all.
I always come to Harrods to buy my sweet potatoes.
Harrods is an absolute London institution and a must-stop for any visitor to the UK, especially around Christmas time. One last thing, and maybe the best part of Kensington and Knightsbridge, is its accessibility via public transportation and its proximity to Hyde Park. It's just a great place to stay or spend the day.
There's only one way to end a perfect day like this, and that is to thank you for watching and to ask you to like, subscribe, and share if you got something out of this. Cheers.